So, let's get into it, hopefully. Where was I? Okay, let's see if it's actually still working. Oh, what's going on with my sound? Weird. Let me check something. Why is the sound so abyssal? What the fuck was that? Okay, something is really wrong with my pipe wire as audio configuration. I have to check this at some point. But not now, I guess. For now it will just be. I will just disable that and then hopefully it won't sound that bad again. So yeah, okay. It's still compiling, that's one thing. But it's not working as I wanted to. So let's get into it. So what did happen here? Yes, delete this file. Where was I? Actually, let me move this whole debug module to the bottom of this file. Then I'm not getting confused as much by it. So, yeah, I wanted to make I called it Radial menu. Let's go into that. And so, let me check if that used anywhere now. So I probably can remove this. So what's currently happening is, if I go into my grid here and I go to on hex click, then we have here more or less, yeah, you get this menu provider for the tower types. As I'm not entirely sure if I like it like this, but I'm still in the process of figuring out how everything is working. So, yeah, that's one thing. So, and this menu provider just gives me a menu, and then I more or less can spawn this menu at this target on the hex that we clicked, and then it more or less should spawn this menu. Yeah, right. So far so good. How does it work? Yeah, that's... So how is that implemented? Let's check this out. We have here the spawn all that more or less as a Radial menu just composes of menu items, and those more or less can be pushed into that, and that's more or less part of this tower type menu provider. If I go into here, I have this more or less the functions that builds me my menu items. How does it look like? Yeah, we get here this Radial menu. Then we more or less push here, go through all the different variances. We have two. Yeah, because we used macro to generate those variances. So we have here those. Currently just two. If I go in here, we have normal and auto aim. Although those are not implemented yet. Also currently everything should be normal. So then I more or less they go around here. Maybe, just maybe, now that I think about it, yeah, my problem currently is here this on click method on how to best on how to best yeah, use the method here, or how to how do I say it? Also ideally, I would like to just add random conditions here. Actually, not completely random. So at the end of the day, this click method should be observer function or observer system function, I think it's called. Let me check if I can find this somewhere. So if I go to here and then I go into spawn cell. Here, exactly. And here in this one, so we have here this observe function from Bevy, and this accepts more or less into observer system, is it called? But in the end, it's more or less a function that takes a generic bundle. Let me check how it's actually used. Maybe I can just do it like they do it. They take an event, they take a bundle, and maybe actually I can just do that as well, now that I see it, and require it to be something that implements into observer system. Maybe actually, let me check if that is possible on click. Also one thing that is weird here is maybe I can, but maybe actually can I? I need to think here a little bit. So actually I wouldn't need, or to make it, or even I make it completely different now that I think about it. Maybe I just give back in the menu. Maybe that's actually the way to go. I go in here into the, because that would make it actually probably a lot more flexible. So if I go into the menu and spawn all, just returns me a list of the entities I just spawned for my menu. But no. No. Also the problem why I'm now deciding against it is because each item might want to do different things, and the place to define them would actually probably here. That's what I tried here to do, but I'm not happy that I currently can't really specify much here. So this is more or less a bundle. Maybe let's just try to rename this. So this is a bundle that more or less compromises of my item, but I want another bundle more or less that is more or less passed in here. So I want to have two bundles. Let's just be on click something like that would be a bundle. Or maybe I could define here a callback at this place, and then maybe I just have here an associated type, menu item type. Does this make sense? And now I can more or less accept here a function that takes my entity and my self menu item type, and then here menu item callback f. Maybe actually that's the best way to go, because because if I do it like that, I have the possibility Let's try it like that, because now I can more or less go in. I have here this implementation. I can now here identify type. Menu item type is our type. So, and now I have here my fn mud entity, how was it called? So menu item type, or I can just hopefully say our type here. That, and here I have my callback f. And now more or less I can do a training item. Get menu. So it returns here. Okay, and then I remove this. And I go here and remove that and that. And what the trade bound is not the trade you already would. The trade bound is not the trade is because yeah, of course. Go to definition. No, actually, where is it not satisfied? Yo, why is it not satisfied? I'm currently not seeing it. Okay, of course. I have to, remove this. And down here as well. Type annotation is needed. Why would it be needed? Also, because this is, of course, non-existing as well, so And of course, I need to remove this as well. And now it should actually work again. Let me check quickly something. What do I implement for those? I can just define my attributes here. Derive partial equal. Anything else? That should be. Let's clone and copy as well. They should be small enough that that is possible. So now we have here this menu item callback, or maybe even get menu. Maybe actually we don't have it here. Let's see if we can't actually spawn all and actually have that here, right? What did we say? Entity and... But actually it does not know about... Okay, then let's leave it. Damn it, I always forget what partial EQ clone. Okay, so go to implementation here, builder sponsor. Yep. Okay, that's good. So now here, we'll more or less call back. Just add the callback here to the Radial menu item. So we need here fm mut. No, not item. That shouldn't be right. We want to, we are here in the Radial menu. We want to add the callback. So the Radial menu can entity t callback f, and then we need phantom data t, because we can impl t f and what entity t for Radial menu tf. Oh no, I have here. Let's make this an I. Yeah, I. Perfect. And now I can go in here. Spawn self should return me an entity now. Entity. Entity and here we want to spawn an entity. Type in trade, but whatever, because probably here we want to return an entity. Entity, right. Spawn item, genau, exactly. And now this should just, yeah, give me my entity. So, let's see. ID. So, now, more or less, hopefully, we can now go up here to my menu. Provider. Actually, let's move this somewhere else. Menu provider here, and move that together. So now, and let's do something else. Go down here and move up here as well. Well, now we have more or less can remove this again. The callback. Ah, no, actually, here we need it. And we need to add PD as default here. Perfect. Then we can now go to the implementation here. So let entity. Actually, now that I think about it, let's make this like that, and we return here. It's a let's pull out all my NeoWim skills and say what actually do I want to do? I probably just want to go through the whole file. Where do I have entity? I want to replace this with entity, our type. And let's confirm this. Here we want it, here we want it, here we want. Actually, here we do not want, damn it. Quit. Can I undo this? Because here. So no, let's try this again. Yeah, we want to substitute entity with entity.t. Yes. No. Yes, because here we will add an T. Go to definition T, and then that we need mother phantom data here as well. Or actually, let's type T. Let's just actually call it like Yes, it's actually... Do I really? Okay, then let's call it differently. So, yeah. Input type? I don't like that I can't use type here. Though... Actually, yeah, that actually works, because I can now go in here and save input type. I'm still not sure if this really is smart what I'm doing, but hey. Ah, okay, team needs to be sent closing. Let's see if I need to add that somewhere else. So, okay, now I need to refactor that file pretty soon at some point. But now we can go in here and more or less can input type here and just say perfect. This actually means hopefully now... Ah, here we need to add... Actually, here we don't need the phantom head anymore, which is of course pretty nice as well. Menu... Just call it E here. Oh, I see a problem. Then maybe in this case we actually want to have here something like that. And implement it here like this. And let's just go from menu would then here be menu item type. If that makes sense. Then let's go into it and see. Let's see. The trade bone menu item tower type. Because I probably need to say, yeah. No. So, let's go power type. And I don't need this clone anymore. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. But actually then is a question, I don't need the tower images or here anymore as well, so that's enough that I provide here. That's of course pretty nice as well. Yeah, I know. Looks weird, but hey. So, perfect. Now we can go into our grid, hopefully, and have here this get menu thingy. And now we can here have a callback on hex click with whatever we want. And let's see if it actually works how we want it to. Import. So what actually can we do here? Tum. So we get the entity and the type. So that's the two things we get in here. Right. Yeah. Okay, now commands entity observe, and now we can go in here and say trigger pointer click, exactly, pointer click. What else do we not commands? Let's just do that for now. Okay, let me check something. Let's borrow this command be borrow, and then hopefully I can here. Damn it, it's not working because I can't. I would need to have two. Is there a way to make this work? Okay, then the other way to do it, if that is not working as I wanted it to, is that my callback is still there, but it's more or less but then let's do this differently. Now remove the callback here and go in here, and let's redefine how my menu works. go to definition here. So we remove the callback now in here. And that actually maybe even the most cleanest solution of that I came to it would be add on click, which accepts an F what was input into observer system EBM. Let's check something. Go to definition, add system. No, why do I find it? Also, add system. Add system. Go to definition. M. Add observer. So because they do it like that, yeah. Also event bundle. Let's see if I can. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if that really works how I imagine it now, but let's try. Event bundle M. Cell. Into observer system. So I need to give it a actually, but I want. So let's go back in here. On click, let's just call it on item click, maybe like that. And what did we say? Event bundle M. It would get itself and imply system is sampled into observer systems EM. And now I have on item click. And I'm not sure how I could store this in my menu, but because if I go now down in here, and first we can here remove this callback for now. Actually, let's just leave it. And let's check how we could implement this, because is what I could do, but that sounds really, really weird to me. If we use any type to store this. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if that really would work. Because I... what is the problem here currently? Use... okay. So that would work. That would work, but... Let's try something. LSP restart, maybe. Rust analyzer. Okay, let's try that. Is it working? Because it feels that something's broken. Let's just quit and restart, and let's see if we can't get that to work. So... Radial systems. What box done box server systems? It's what I would like to have, but no, it would... Yeah, I need E and B here, and I don't have E and B. Of course. But then I would lose all the flexibility I want. Then of course I could try use use something like type ID, I think it's called, or is it? Isn't it? Standard any. Ah, but you know, what the fuck, why didn't it find it? I have something like that. Because then I could probably... Well, this... systems, push, system. Actually, sometimes I have to just to try out different things because I'm sometimes not entirely sure if it will work out or not. I would love to have the brain to just know if it works out or not, but I don't. So, that's what I'm trying to do. Type ID system. So yeah, of course I need a box new. That should actually work. Now my question here is if I go through all my... Can I restore the information here? That would be T. B any... what was it? How was it called, the function I cast? Y B dot cast need any? I'm confused. I could swear. Why is it not working again? That's wrong. Not Bevy Rust any. How does that work? Box new, type ID. So downcast. I knew it was called something. Downcast. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. I would need to know this information. Okay, then what could I do else? What else could I do? Oh, I think there was a possibility that I could create a type. How did that work? But do I want to do it like that? I think there was this possibility with a trait and a concrete type that I have what I want, more or less in this case. But so it would be something like, let's just try to learn it if I really can do it from my brain now, or if I really would need to look it up again. Let's see. So it would be on gig. Is registration would be probably the name. It would take or handler. Let's make it more general. Handler registration, I guess. It would take valve and as maybe reference or mod ref. I'm not sure right now what I would take here. And it would take commands, the entity commands, I guess. The commands would be mod entity command. Because I think that's what we get back, and let's just quickly check. Commands observe, exactly, that's what we wanted with this method. So, and maybe instead of on click first register handler. That would be the trade. The struct would be something like handler regis. Yeah, that's against handler registration info. Just for now, just to see if it works. Maybe my brain comes up with a better name later on. So if it would have here more or less my event, it would have my bundle information, my marker, and my into observer system EDM. It would would have the system, it would be my O, and do I need more? Yeah. So I need my TVs, even if I don't like that much. Let's maybe there's a better solution, but I don't know it yet. So, and now we can implement handler registration for handler registration impl EDMO. Of course, we have to copy that. And now we can implement here once observe self system. Exactly. And now we can do go into my, let's maybe just quickly just give impl handler registration impl EDMO. Let's impl sometimes I hate. Okay, Alexa, what do you want from me? Nothing, okay. Yeah, so from O for handler registration impl EDMO. And of course, system is my value. And then the rest is default. Was it work? Nope, it does not work. PD is if. What am I doing? Default. Default. What? I can type sometimes. Default. Default. PD2 is default. 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 And PD3 is default. Default. Now, what? Oh, I am. Of course, I require B phantom data M. That's what I need. Why is it not? Well, let's probably have still some issues here. So now, since we have now those handler registration impulse, we can actually define this here as an array of handler registration impulse. Oh no, not of box. Handler registration. And now this is so now we push here more or less box new and here's our system into blue, right? Bevy and Rust. Didn't I just say it couldn't? What's going on now? Why can't I just call into here? Let registration, as sometimes Rust is kind of stupid. I swear to God. Into here. And now registration. And registration input BBMO. But shouldn't it be? Didn't I just declare up here? Or am I too stupid? No. I just said here? Why is it not satisfied? Am I too stupid now? Now what is the problem here? The trade bound is not satisfied. It's not implemented. isn't that exactly what I did here? Am I too stupid? Into? Okay, no. I swear to God, what the fuck? Handler? Let's maybe if I write it like that. System. Default. I see what's the actual problem is. Default. And if it works, I just say whatever. I'm just dumb for Rust. Seriously. System. Okay, mismatched. Oh, what? Expected the type parameter. Oh, found associated type. Oh, I am too stupid. I am sometimes too stupid to. No, no comment at all. No comment at all. No comment at all. No comment at all. But then I can now remove this hopefully and say just system into. Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted. So let's call this register handlers. Or actually use nomin. How it's called? I forgot. Let's just use the same word as previous using, so register observer. Item register item observer. And let's go in here, or maybe let's just yank this whole line, go to menu. So. Actually, no, we could even go as. Actually, let's leave it like that and see if it actually works. Oops, that I. This method get menu exactly because. Let's remove that. Second, I did make somewhere a mistake here. So menu register item observer. Now we can here more or less say trigger pointer click. And auto start. We could jetzt now put here something else like trigger. What could we? Let's just mod commands here, and that should actually work, right? Let's make it mod. Perfect. The only thing that actually we know. I actually need to look up how I would get now here the parent, so I actually would know where I can or where I need to spawn my. Actually, no, I could just query. Yeah, let's for now let's just remove that and we just info item clicked. Okay, and then let's just get this work. And if that works, we can make it maybe actually usable fallback we can return. Actually, now the question, do we need this T still? Because alright, we have here now this entity. And then builder entity, is that work? Now I actually need to somehow does that work? Can I here now return those entity commands? Because then I could now here remove this. I don't need that anymore. And I can just go in here and say what entity commands. Oops. Same here. Go to it says a lifetime. Actually damage. Let me think about this. Here. So I have here my builder, or actually, let observer would be observer. New. Let observers. That would be cell systems. It maybe even into it map. Observer. New. System. Actually, no, I can. Oops. Actually, what I can do here, go to. I can say fn to observer. That should actually work as well. Observer. And now I can go in here. Observer, new cell system. Right. Perfect. So now I have my observer here. And now I always wonder if that is really, if I'm not overcomplicating stuff, but yeah, as long as this works, we can now remove here this, I guess. Why would it not be able to be then? What the? So. I'm a little bit confused. Cannot be shared between threads safely, but why would I need it to be? Yeah. Let's just fix everything first, because I'm currently wondering why it would ever thank you and then for having an error. So din UI cannot be sent, but why can menu item be sent? I'm not sure. Because I actually defined it here. So I would need to define it here, but I can't because that's actually fucking stupid. But I don't think it actually needs to be a component anymore, right? Right. So we can do this. Because as far as I remember, so actually no, here we can just oh yeah. Fuck. Yeah, so let's do that. I will get there today, I hope. I believe in myself, so actually we don't have F anymore. Menu for radial menu, but actually, no, actually we don't need menu item, right? Bring that. Into menu, right. What we, let's go to do that. Perfect. So no, actually here we want to age to observer. And collective as well. Now let's say we want here to have a rec observer, and then for O in observer, O observer, we watch in mut, I guess. O watch entity. And then builder spawn many. This something like, can I say spawn just really main stuff? I guess not. Okay, then for O in observers, O in builder spawn O. Is Bevy smart enough to despawn observers once they the target is that's actually no, I wonder. Will they despawn? Whatever. Ever. Now I actually wonder if I just could. Now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I see it, I probably could just the irony of everything, I could just have here a list of observer. Yay me. Oh my god. I love my register item observer. Yeah, exactly. That actually could. Actually, no, let's. You know what? Let's call this at observer. And voila. Everything could be so easy. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. No comment at all. So we don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore. That actually we still need. And the less code you have, so much better as everything else. So add observer. Yep, nope. Oops, that was too much. Self systems, that's still called. Yeah. Watch. Actually, can I go to go to definition, and then we say 45. What? Yeah, 45 actually, I spoke correctly. Plus 11. Substitute systems with observers. Let me. Oh. Yeah, now we have here observers and self observers on. So I actually do require here self access. So self observers add observer. So now we have that. We can go in here. Now, not add, push. That's the method we want. So I am really dumb sometimes. But hey, you learn to live with it, or something like that. So we still need the entity here. Yeah, so entity. But if you never try and do it, you will never learn it. And that's why you should actually try stuff like that. Now we can go in here with so spawn item. It's because it's still things, yeah. And of course here we want entity as well. So cannot, yeah, because we need of course here now access as mutable. Add observer. Let observer is observer new, and it will get this here as a push function. And now we can say here observer and we could even go so far as no, we can. But yeah, now we can go in here. Menu item is not relevant anymore. We don't need here the thingy, and here we need observers. Actually, I probably at some point should make here a constructor or default at least. And I just derive default. Probably derive, not what deny, not derive default. Because then I can just go in here and say here default, and it looks a little bit nicer, right? So now we more or less add here our items, which are currently just transform into sprite. And let's just maybe push that even a little further up, because it's in the end. So unused imports, endlessly many, it seems. So, but probably yeah, because it's of course that's also I really hope they fix that, because currently removing sometimes removes everything and I don't really like that. Anything else here? Oh yes, okay. Let's go into the grid. We have here, oh actually it seems we can try to run this. That removes this mod, but yeah. Let's see if it... As it does not register. Okay, interesting. Why is it not? Spawn. Ah, actually spawn. I need spawn menu. That's that. Okay. Can remove that. What we didn't have is item clicked. For whatever reason, because go to observe. What? Let me just yank this, seriously. So, radial menu, and then let's go into menu provider here, and say, yep, you're pickable buyer. And let's try again. Item clicked, item clicked, item clicked, item clicked. Nice. Let's see if I can hear what. Oh, let's see my issue. Is horrible is true, I guess. Should block lower. True. As well. So then I more or less need an, but actually not entirely maybe how exactly is it working currently as I get my menu, my radial menu? Exactly, go to implementation, and I spawn all more or less just spawns all the items. It doesn't, but actually maybe it should. Now that I think about it, we could have here our pub struct menu marker. I'm really bad at naming sometimes. Derived component. So, and now we can more or less go in here, and the first thing we will do is builder spawn empty with children builder. And actually it's not empty. It's spawn menu marker. No, because I only thing I'm not entirely sure if I need a transformation here. Yeah, transform because I'm not entirely sure identity how the hierarchy is working. And maybe visibility as well. In inheritance, I guess. I actually see they are a little bit inconsistent sometimes with naming stuff. Here it's named like that, and here it's named like that. But let's see if this is working. If this actually need to. Whatever. So. Actually, now that maybe I could do something like as my problem currently is how do I remove those spawn menu items? As probably there should be something like a global on click handler that removes everything. Can I do something like that? Let's check. Let's give me my actually main probably. Well, let's go in the UI, and I have here my plugin. What? Next UI overlay, and here add and up server trigger would be pointer click. Trigger. So, and what the? And we take, let's close that. And we want to have a query menu entity with menu marker, something like that, right? And mod commands, and we want for each in query, we want to commence entity despawn. That should, at least in theory, maybe in the future, if I really want to, I could do something like, but let's run. So if I click now anywhere, it should, yeah, exactly. But does it still trigger? Item clicked. It seems it still is filtering encode error command, despawn, blah blah blah. Entity with inherited visibility component has a parent without inherited visibility. Okay, yeah, that's actually what I thought. Said I will run into that. But UI radial menu. No. Watch entity. Right. The only let's see how if I can actually make it work. So actually, let's do in between something. Hopefully, 2D. Exactly. So let's see if we actually find a picture for my second tower. Let's search. No, let's tower. Let's see. You know what? Just copy this. Copy into data stores Rust random assets UI power PNG target. What assets? What copy home data assets? Because sometimes I really And if I go now to run back assets, and now I have here towers to PNG. Perfect. So I can go into assets, dev icons, right? Tower 2 underscore tower 2 icon name. Tower 2 image. Actually, that's why I didn't find it. But whatever. Let's towers underscore 2.png. Yeah, I forgot. And of course, I need this. So, great. Then let's go into Radial menu, and we can now use here self equals 0 or match self equal. Base tower icon name once as tower 2 icon name. And let's just panic here. I cannot tower type not defined. Tower type not defined. So, or can I just normal? Tower type normal base tower icon. Is that working? It's merged. And tower type auto end. Instead of prefix or prefix so then let's do that. Match self with. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now let's see if that actually is working. Yeah, now we have two different icons for our towers. Interesting. Sometimes jumping. Okay, when I click on it, it's sometimes jumping. But okay, set is working. Actually, a little bit. So, but I will now make a little bit of a break, but I probably will be back later. So, thank you for watching and have a nice day.